30. Oh wait, you're serious. Moments. According to Reddit. Number 30. A coworker mentioned that she thought milk was too rich, so she poured herself a glass of water and added 2 of those little cups of non-dairy creamer. This was almost 2 years ago, and I still don't know what to think. A response reads, "At my aunt's house, they drink their milk with ice. I've seen this happen for over 15 years and still cannot get over how strange it is. Let's get the fuck up out of this one. That's a bit scary." Number 29. I was taking a long leg cast off a kid about 2.5 or 3 years old. After I get the cast split open and pull it off, the mother says, "Oh, his toe fell off." And I'm like, nice one. The kid was in the cast because his small toe had been nearly amputated and reattached. The doc was hoping the tissue was still connected and would be enough to vascularize the distal portion. It wasn't, and the kid's toe died and fell off. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, you're serious? That's not the you're looking for, buddy. Okay. Number 28 here. Baba. Number 28. I love my dad. I just feel the need to say that ahead of time. My dad lived a very hard life, never learned to read, worked with his hands his whole life to provide for mom and I. God bless him. One time when I was about 15, we were watching Jay Leno and he was doing jaywalking. Well, which is it's a skit on an old TV show with this old nigga that wasn't funny, where he would go out on, the street and talk to people. Anyway, I was talking about how funny it was that people could be so stupid. I said, "Can you believe that there are really people in America who don't know how many stars are on the American flag?" My dad kind of chuckled and then said, "There are 52, right?" I cracked up, thinking it was a joke. And then I finally stopped to see the look on his face and realized he was serious. I felt like an absolute jerk because I knew he was hurt, but I just really never imagined he was serious. I learned a pretty important lesson that day about judging people and being careful what you say that might hurt someone. Oh, bing bong. A response reads, "My brother and family were here on the 4th of July. I showed my son-in-law the video from Jimmy Kimmel where they asked people on the street to explain why they celebrate that holiday. I was dying laughing at their answers. Then she says, 'Why do we celebrate it?' And I was floored. I also felt like total shit. It's true. Half of y'all niggas do what y'all do because your parents did it before you, and they do it because their parents did it before them. It's ritualistic, it's sad, it's silly, and it's, it's the type of thing where if you saw other people do it, y'all would judge them so harshly. You know what I mean? Your parents are probably the worst because they want to attack any and everything that they see people doing because, oh, that's people that a cult would do, or it's just so ritualistic and strange. That's just what a group of people would get together and decide that they should do. But that's what half of our holidays are. That's what half of these holidays that this country decided, hey, I bet you we could get a whole bunch of people to spend money if we just called this day a special day. And that's what they did. And your dumbass buys into that. To be honest, that's all marriages are at this point. Half of the people getting married aren't getting married for a lot of the financial benefits that they allow. They just getting married because, oh, look on TV, that girl gets married. It's the happiest day of her life. Number 27. Her. How do we even know that dinosaurs were called dinosaurs if they're all dead now and we've never met one in real life? Me. That's funny. Like, they used to call themselves dinosaurs because, that's the language we spoke. Her. What's funny? Me. Oh, honey. It took me literally half an hour to even get her to slightly on board with the fact that the things are called things because we decided on the name and not because things inherently have a name that we discover. I wish I was joking. I need me a girl that's stupid. You understand me? And I'm not being joking. I'm not being joking, okay? I am not being joking. That's why I lean close into the microphone, so you already know. It is every man's dream, and here's another man's secret, okay? To have a hoe that's so dumb that, like, honestly, you almost need to, like, guide her around, you know? Because, you know, there's a bit of security in that. A response to this says, my sister-in-law, who has a bachelor's degree in nursing, one time said something about driving to Alaska because it's not that far from Texas. Nigga, what? While our family was having a holiday dinner together, we all laughed and she asked what was so funny. We just stared at each other. She thought Alaska was by Mexico because of the map inset. Guess she had never seen it on a globe. Damn, baby, this is quite the list. Number 26. A man was regaling his fellow partygoers with his drunken stories. He described being found as a newborn in a field after his teenage mother had her pregnancy and gave birth at home. Oh. All he knew about her was that she was a Waffle House waitress. We sat there enthralled, waiting for the punchline, until we realized he'd moved from life of the party onto the in vino veritas stage of drunkenness. That's scary. He just told y'all his real backstory. I was found in a field as a child. My mother was a waitress at a Waffle House. Uh-oh. Well, he was drunk, so it's not like y'all could have reacted inappropriately in a way that he would remember. Maybe. Anyway, response reads, damn, if that's not a perfect country song, though, you know, real country. My wife. A response to that response reads, my mama got pregnant by a man in a cowboy hat who ordered Coke, her boots wet when her water broke. Too poor to live, too poor to love. She did what a mama does, what a mama does. Came to the field, didn't know where to go, squatted down, and out I keeled. What a mama does, what a mama does. Her baby's cries rang out to the sky. Used her Waffle House apron to dry her eyes. Not even a pickup truck to stay the night. What a mama does, what a mama does. Now she's old, weathered by time, thinking about her baby, wondering if he's fine. Yes, mama, I'm fine. What a mama does, what a mama does. I love you, mama. What a fucking crazy place Reddit is. Number 25. I was at work one day with a couple of other people, and we had a shift manager that liked to fake fight and punch people for fun. I am so sorry about that noise. It was a bird flying by, okay? Yeah, he liked to fake fight and punch people for fun. What a fantastic sounding manager. One day, one of our coworkers came to work and announced that she was pregnant. He thought it was a funny joke, ran up and punched her right in the stomach. She was furious. That's crazy. So the guy says, to clarify things, the guy wasn't a douche, but just overly hyper and happy. His way of congrats is to hit someone in a friendly manner. Mind you, he doesn't realize how hard he hits. Oh God. Same guy was laughing about how hard a sub roll was once, but instead of tossing it, he goes see and smacks me across the back of the head so hard I saw stars. Somebody said, did you work for Michael Scott? An Office reference, guys. So, number 24. I met a guy and told him my name. He said, I'll probably not remember it. I have memory problems. I said, haha, yeah, I'm bad with names too. Met him again 2 days later, and I remembered his name. He, on the other hand, didn't remember meeting me. And when I realized it wasn't a joke, and was told by his mother that he actually does have memory problems, I felt like an asshole. Well, damn, yeah, a lot of us don't realize, like, even though we do have bad memories, that our memory issues aren't technically problems, you know what I mean? And some people do have, like, memory conditions where even if they put most of their effort into remembering it, they couldn't. So that's terrible. And I feel bad now, because I say that all the time. I got bad memory, I really do. But, you know, it's probably not a condition. A response to that reads, met a guy over a dozen times at multiple college parties. He would mention having memory trouble and found out 6 months into school that they had a weird mold thing going on in their rental. Yeah, the response is just as confused as I am. That took an interesting, unexpected turn, to be honest. Did the mold cause the memory trouble? And then this person goes on. That's how he explained it. Was friends with him casually for a couple of years after and was never an issue after he moved out of the moldy place. And I wasn't the only one who had experiences with him either. That sounds like an episode of The X-Files. We need to watch The X-Files, dude. It's just so long. Every episode's an hour and there's so many damn seasons. 20 plus episode seasons. It's not a baby show for babies with your 12 episodes in a season or something. Someday I'll get around to it. Maybe. I mean, I'm lonely enough. I wish I could watch shit with the channel. We're gonna have to figure that out. Someone, if you know how I can like pretty much just put a show up on the internet and then we can all watch it and have like a lobby to talk in, get at me, you know. Then we'll set something up like a movie night every Friday for the channel. It's killing me. Number 23. I work as a server in a restaurant. We use little wooden trays as check presenters, and since it is an open-air restaurant, we weigh down the receipts with decorative stones. Shiny ones like you'd find at the bottom of fish tanks. I dropped a check for an older couple, and when I got back, the man said, "You should warn people that those rocks aren't chocolates." I could have broken a tooth. I get a lot of older people who like to josh around with me, so I definitely thought he was kidding. He was not. He was actually mad at me because he tried to eat the rock, and it was obviously my fault. Well, old people crazy. My husband and I were in Costa Rica, says a responder, and when we pulled up outside of our resort, a gentleman brought us a tray with 2 champagne glasses containing the best piña coladas I'd ever had. Next to each glass was a large white pill, like an antacid. We both stared at one another, not knowing what to do. Thank God we didn't eat them, because right then the gentleman pulled out a carafe of water and poured it on one of the pills, which expanded and turned into a face cloth. Oh my God, we both came very close to eating a whole face cloth. Why did it even look so, I don't know, small that it could have been confused with a pill? Somebody else responds to that response. You know those pills that you put in water and they grow to be giant dinosaurs and stuff? My buddy got drunk and ate one on a dare. He called me a few days later asking for me to come over. Said he needed help. I come over, he's in the bathroom sitting on the toilet in tears telling me that he hasn't shit in days. Oh my God. He has this thing prairie dogging, but it won't come out. Since we're best friends, he called me because he needs someone to get a hold of it while he's bearing down on it. And I was like, and I hang out and give you moral support, but you're gonna have to do this on yourself, man. We debate this concept for a bit. He finally accepts my answer. I end up standing by the door while he slowly grunts, cries, and pulls the whole fucking foam dinosaur out of his ass. It looked like a giant foam turd with some blood. He recovered. Well, lucky you didn't have to go to the fucking, you know, hospital. You're lucky it didn't expand so bad in your stomach that you just were fucked up. Somebody else said, I have to remember never to eat one of those. But what if I dare you? Yeah. Guys, somebody else said, to be fair, chocolate rocks are a thing. This is hearkening back to our last thing. Why the fuck? Yeah, it's made by somebody called We're Nuts at weirdnuts.net. I'm not even getting paid for that plug. Gourmet treats. Making chocolate rocks. Y'all people are crazy. The original woman says the rocks look like this. I don't know, man. Old people are crazy. I've told you before. Old people are crazy. You get the wrong person walking in there, they could probably just try to eat it and try to establish a lawsuit on your ass. Well, I had no idea that these rocks weren't chocolate. Why would they serve them at the end of the meal? Yeah, what? I am suing this diner for everything that you've got. Come on now. Better go in the back and get me some of those, I don't know, what would be at a diner? Like salmon, like the singing bass that'd be on the wall. You know what I mean? Like it sings. And it's all like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Anyway, number 22. My uncle asked my brother if he thought my older brother, who's gay, bleached his asshole. My brother telling me the story. I kept waiting for him to start laughing or smile or something, but he just stared at me with such a straight face. I was like, oh, you're serious? I don't know, dude. What was I supposed to say? Somebody says he should have deadpan asked this back. Do you need a recommendation on where to go? And then he would have deadpan back, yes. Oh my God. Do you think your gay brother bleaches his asshole? Number 21. I work in a deli. I work in a deli, and we had a new older lady start. I was showing her how to display the chicken breast, and she turns to me and says, I'm going to have to work up to the chicken. My ex used to tie me up and hit me with raw chicken breast. This was so shocking, and out of the blue, I assumed it was a joke. Nope. Turns out she had just gotten out of an extremely abusive relationship. I just thought she was grossed out by raw chicken. You know, it's a shame I don't have any women to tie up and just beat with shit. Because they're into it, not because I'm into it. Not chicken, raw chicken either. Jesus, salmonella, guys. That's not fucking, you know, let's be sanitary. Let's be sanitary. And light beeps. Light whips, you know. Why can't I just use an open squeezy palm on those big tiddly widdlies? Sorry, I just got a really interesting text message. It starts with, do you care about politics? Question mark. And then it goes on to say, or sex? Oh my God. Listen, anyway, Jesus Christ. Somebody says, what has to happen to you? What has to happen to you to love abusing women with raw chicken? And then somebody else said something foul. Oh. Number 20. Worked at a pet food store. A woman came in and asked where to put tropical flea medicine on her kids. Topical fruit. Oh my God. Frontline. I laughed way too hard. She complained to my manager, who also laughed. Look, man, that's not funny. These people are parents and they don't know how to. That's scary as fuck, man. Jesus. Parents are scary because you're dealing with a kid that you're growing up to be as awful as you. Jesus Lord. Don't make me mad, list. This is supposed to be all waka waka. Number 19. I used to teach drama camp. Ugh. I would take suggestions from the kids on Mondays, write a half-hour play based on those suggestions that night, and then we would perform it on Friday. Oh my God. Forgive me. I once had a parent come to see me after reading the script. She asked if there was a way to do a play with no conflict in it, and I laughed, assuming that she was making fun of those other politically correct soccer moms I had to deal with, but she meant it. She wanted us to tell a story without any obstacle or confrontations. I then carefully explained to her that a story without conflict would not be a story, but just a series of occurrences. Man wants pizza, man goes to fridge, there is pizza in fridge, man eats pizza, theater. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Okay, ma'am. Somebody responds, man finds pizza gone. Dramatic, no! Man vows revenge. Starts talking to himself. Answers himself. Calls pizza my precious. He calls the pizza my precious. Okay. Leads hobbitses to Taco Bell. They're taking the hobbits to Taco Bell. Okay. I am feeling kind of funny today. Number 18. I was hanging out with a couple of friends one day. And we were just talking, and then we ended up talking about our first time masturbating. Oh, what friends, what joy. One of my friends begins his tale. First thing he told us was that for the first 2 months after he started beating his meat, he did not use his hands. We thought he was joking until he gave us a dead serious look. All of us immediately asked how he did it, how he got off with no hands. He described that he would sit down and use his thighs to stimulate his donger until he would blow his load. To this day, saying, "Look, Mom, no hands," has a completely different meaning to me. Wow. Somebody said, I have a friend who just stared at a Playboy for hours until he came. He had no idea he was supposed to touch himself. Frankly, I'm impressed he could get himself off by sheer willpower alone. Somebody said, you may be friends with the Green Lantern. Look, man, you guys can get there without messing with it, but it's easier with your genitals combined. I am Captain Ejaculate. He's a hero, gonna take virginity down to 0. And is fighting on the genital side. You'll pay for this, Captain Ejaculate. We're the Vageteers. You can be one too, cause saving our virginity is the thing to do. That's enough. Was hanging out with a friend, says number 17, and we ran into someone he knew from a village. Sorry, that word isn't even in there at all. I don't know what's going on with me. Number 17, I was hanging out with a friend and we ran into I'm sorry, The Village is a movie by M. Night Shyamalan, and it's awful. You know what I mean? That movie is awful. Welcome to the Kyle Movie Review Show, where we talk about The Village. The Village starts off like any other Shyamalan movie does. You know, I wouldn't call it atmospheric exactly, but it has you right on the edge of your seat as far as like wondering what the fuck's going on in this one. How's he gonna ruin this movie this time? You know what I mean? We already know this is gonna be a bad movie. This guy's out of his mind. This guy's an idiot. We can't talk about Shyamalan anymore because he did make that Split movie apparently, which is getting a lot of interesting reviews. However, again, without McAvoy in that movie, delivering what would arguably be the fucking performance of the monkey ball. You know, what would that movie be? McAvoy wasn't in that movie. Would it be what it is? Number 17. I was hanging out with a friend and we ran into someone he knew from a while ago. He asked how another friend was doing. My friend says, "How's Jerry doing?" And his friend says, "Oh, he's dead." Me. Oh, what the fuck? It wasn't a joke? Somebody says, I make this joke all the time and I'm worried that one of the times it's going to backfire. Well, don't make that joke, guys. Number 16. Someone once told me, wait, you're Chinese? I always thought you were Asian. Okay. People don't, okay. Response reads, my niece, very sheltered white girl, asked her camp boyfriend, what kind of knees are you, Chinese, Japanese? And he said, Korean. And somebody said, Koreanese it is then. Oh my god. Koreanese. K-pop. 15. Dated a girl for 4 months, or less than 4 months, a few years back. One day we're chilling at my house. I ask her if she wants to watch an episode of Brian Cox's documentary Wonders of the Universe, to which she told me she doesn't believe in space. Run. What? I've never heard that phrase out loud in my life. Doesn't believe in space. Run. She was 100% convinced that the sky was all there was, and that space was a huge cover by the government or some shit. At first I laughed, then we argued, and I couldn't win because I haven't been to space to prove it exists. We didn't see much of each other after that. Somebody else said, but did you tell her that while breaking up you needed some space? Waka waka. Jesus Christ. Get me out of this thread. Get me out of this thread. Number 14. I worked at a bookstore and a customer asked why the hardcover and paperback versions of the same book didn't cost the same amount. I chuckled and said, I guess I'll have to look into that. He came back to me 5 minutes later and asked if I had found out yet. I'm shaking my head so hard. I'm going to break my neck shaking my head at this bullshit ass list. Look at this shit. Number 13. I used to have an elderly patient I just love because she's just a jolly sweet old lady, and she might have brought me some food from time to time. She's the type of lady that's just barely understanding technology, so she gets a smartphone and tries to stay up to date with everything that's going on, and it kind of looks like this. Oh, sweet magoogly schmoogly. Sweet magoogly schmooly. So, she believes in most of the clickbait articles and satire news. Oh no. One day she comes to the clinic saying she's sick. I examine her. Just mild symptoms of the common cold, nothing too serious. I tell her that she has an infection, and this type of infection is treated with antibiotics because it's not bacterial infection, but a viral infection. She understands that part, but then she asks me, so I have a virus? Me, yes, ma'am. What you have is a virus infection. Her, so do I have to stop using my smartphone to prevent my smartphone from getting the virus? Man, you know what we need? We need like an old people misunderstanding technology thread. We need an old people misunderstanding technology thread. I'm going to make that thread, right? And it'll get no traction, as these things don't. And then we'll go from there. So how should I phrase it? You know, let's put no attention into how I phrase it. What misunderstanding? What misunderstanding of technology, man? What example? Oh boy. Oh God. What misunderstanding of technology? I don't know. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it. That's the terrible thing. What misunderstanding of technology? What correction? I guess we can do this at the end of the list. Jesus Christ. Number 12. On Wednesday, a customer asked me why our produce section was so empty, especially in terms of stuff like lettuce. I told him that it was because of extreme weather in Spain, where we source most of our stuff from. He cut off my explanation with, why does it matter what's going on in Spain? We're in Scotland. Oh, sweet God. Number 11, man. When I was 18, I went with my then girlfriend to Las Vegas to meet her parents. We were in Florida, where she lived, and with her aunt and uncle. I found out that her dad and mom lived in separate houses right across the street from one another for whatever reason, which was strange, but definitely not the strangest thing that would happen that trip. Her dad came over to her mom's house to meet me, and I couldn't help but notice he was dressed in a suit. I thought maybe he was just a fancy dresser. He kept asking me questions about my family and how I felt about his daughter. He seemed to like me and went through the trip on fairly pleasant terms, but nothing else happened of any note. Once we get back home to Florida, my girlfriend decides to tell me that her dad thought we were coming out to Vegas to get married, and he dressed up because he was planning on taking us to get married that day. She had to tell him that we had no intention of getting married in Vegas. He thought you guys were getting married at 18. Hey, it happens more often than you'd think. Some little niggas are crazy, and other people are in cults, so you got to get married early. Okay. Number 10. A girl I was seeing told me she didn't believe in dinosaurs. What about the fossils? I mean, what about the fossils? But what about the fossils? Does she believe in the war? That's the real question. Does she know about Pangea? This bitch don't know about Pangea. Is this a reference to something? How come I can't phrase this? I'm typically so articulate. What misunderstanding of technology and its intended use takes the cake? I don't know if that's clear to like the everyman. I don't know if that's clear to the everyman. What clarification of technology and its intended use can you not believe you had to make? Okay. Let's put clarify at the end of this. Can you not believe you had to clarify? What technologic... What technologic... Oh my god. Says my computer's running out of storage space. You all, I'm gonna quickly go to the recycling bin and just empty out everything that's in there, see if that makes enough space. What technologic... Oh boy. What? Oh my god. What correction of how to use technology? Oh my god. Okay, what clarification? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What clarification of how to use technology can you not believe you had to correct? Are you shocked you had to correct? I'm so sorry, guys. This is how difficult it is. Because I'm trying to make this obvious to the everyman. What clarification of how to use technology are you shocked you had to correct? I mean, that's as good as it's going to get, right? You know? And either way, like I said before, it's going to be ignored. So it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Let's go on up to number 9. I saw a largely pregnant woman, okay, and made a stupid comment about, I bet you can't wait to get that out of you. She said, not really. The baby doesn't have a heartbeat, and I'm just waiting to have the stillbirth. Oh, damn. Maybe she flipped it on you. To be honest, she probably was sick of people bugging her and wanted to just fuck with you hard. Somebody else says, I was fairly pregnant myself with my first, so it's not like I didn't get it. or just was being a smartass. I thought I was making a mommy connection or something. Oh, the person who made this comment said they had a baby too. Look, man, maybe that chick was real edgy, Kyle style, or maybe she was telling the truth. I mean, it's scary to think about. Number 8, when my daughter said she had been stung by a bee and it went all the way through her. It turned out she was stung on the chest and on the back at the same time. That's cute. Like, what are the odds, though? Yeah, what are the actual odds of that happening? Somebody said I'd put it roughly between about 1 and 1 in the bazillion. And someone gilded them for that. That's funny to somebody. 1 in the bazillion. Oh no, 6 is deleted. Number 6 deleted their post, but we can think that it was like a him going to a doctor thing, and then the doctor giving them bad advice, or, you know, like, I want to say diagnosing them incorrectly, and maybe it had to do with something about bones in the arm, because the response reads, was your doctor Nick Riviera, which is a Simpsons reference. And then somebody else says, 2 bones in 1 arm? That can't be right. Number 7, man. When I was in middle school, there was a period of a few weeks when the kids would fake seizures to get a laugh. It was the hip thing to do. So I was at the mall toy store, and I came around the corner of an aisle and saw a kid a little younger than me on the ground, absolutely killing it. I delightfully shouted, "Dude, you are good." I'll never forget his parents' faces when I looked up and figured out that it was really happening. Somebody else says, I was in the 4th grade when one of my classmates had a legit seizure. Only his closest friends knew he ever had them at all, and he happened to be in the class with us. The dude was a huge class clown, always trying to get a laugh, but was generally a really nice person. Of course, he's up at the blackboard. It was actually green, strange thing to remember, and just starts convulsing. Everyone but his best friend thought it was a joke. I was too freaked out to laugh, but 90% of the other kids did. Once his friend jumped into action to keep him from slamming his head on the ground, it sunk in that this was real. I felt so bad for the kid, but as he was seizing, I really didn't think he was able to hear the laughs. Let's move on. Pretty sad stuff. Number 5, let's just move on. I get what I'm supposed to say. Number 5, playing Smash with some buddies at their house. One guy lost in a stupid way, and he jokingly threw his controller away, and pretended to throw a tantrum on the floor. Okay, we were all laughing at him, but then it kept going. Oh, this nigga's having a real tantrum. But then his head shifted over to the fireplace, and he started banging his head on the bricks and bleeding. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's when we realized he was having a seizure, and we all freaked out. Oh my God, it says he was fine later, but damn, banging your head until you're bleeding? The comments read, that's serious. Which character was he playing as? That's the real question. Wii Fit Trainer. It's like somebody coming over and deciding they're going to widow make. Come on now. Come on now. Can you contribute? Can you contribute? You playing Widowmaker? You're killing me. You're killing me. Even Hanzo could just aim at the damn ground and scattershot and pull off a kill, like on some bullshit. Number 4, I went on a date with a dude in high school, and he told me that he had astral projected himself into my dreams for the past few weeks to groom me sexually for him. Oh, this guy watches Doctor Strange. Astral projection. And then the person goes, I don't know, man. Logged in to say ick. Somebody said, I astral projected myself into this thread to say ick. This person's name is Dog's Testicles. Okay. Number 3, boys. We're bringing it on home. We are bringing it on home. Number 3. My friend told me that she was naming her daughter Bunny Petunia, and I just laughed and said, can you even imagine how much she would hate you? Her face just fell, and she said she thought it sounded sweet. I felt bad, but I decided to go all in with the honesty and tell her that Petunia sounds like a reasonable name, even though it reminds me of that bitch aunt in Harry Potter. But that a 35-year-old woman named Bunny might have a hard time being taken seriously by her peers in a professional setting. I formally apologize to everyone who is grumpy at me. Kiss my ass. Somebody else said you did a good thing. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm taking man. Number 2, I asked a coworker what's with his son's. Whoa. I asked a coworker what was. Sorry. Here's what it says. I asked a coworker with what his son's name was. So I don't think with needs to be in there. It was blowing me up. You know, I try to autocorrect things as I'm breezing over them. And an extra word in there just fucked my shit right up. Anyway, the coworker answers Legolas. After 2 seconds of laughing, I realized that he wasn't laughing. His son was actually named Legolas. Okay. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen. An old roommate wanted me to start paying more in rent because he was trying to save up to buy himself a house. Did he make that apparent to you? That he was like, look, I'm trying to get a house. You need to pay more. Oh, you're serious? A response reads, still in the shitty roommate vein of things. I had a roommate who demanded I pay more in rent, utilities, for general supplies because he opened a pay stub and I had sitting in a pile of bills on the kitchen table. Because he opened a pay stub that I had sitting in a pile of bills in the kitchen table and realized that I made 3 times the amount he did. I was doing him a favor by letting him live in the apartment, ended up kicking him out, and now have the entire place to myself. Also, my name was the only name on the lease, so sucks to suck, I guess. Well, that guy's an idiot. He demanded you pay more in rent. Hilarious. Uh-oh. Guys, that is a list. I don't even know. As we draw closer to my birthday here, I feel like I'm just changing. This is gonna go nowhere. What clarification of how to use technology are you shocked you had to correct? I feel like it's phrased well, but it's not gonna go anywhere. Nothing ever does on Reddit, so. Man. You think I need to just buy some Chinese clicks for my channels, guys? Because, hey, you know what I think people need to do is click more ads. That'll be how I make more money somehow. What am I going to do? Tell people to click ads? You want to know what I want for birthday? It's for everybody just to open up a list of Reddit videos and let those things play through the night in a tab on silent. But how am I going to get people to do that? How am I going to get people to join the Kyle Muted Video Coalition? It's amusing because some people like the channel because of the way my voice sounds. So the irony is that I'm basically going, no, guys, mute the video. But yeah, I just want the list to play in their duration. What do you want from me? Is there anything that you guys have going on that you want to let me know about? Leave a comment and I will get back to you. I'll try to stream tonight. And we'll all be able to talk, those of you who enjoy sitting in on the streams. I'll try to play something other than Overwatch or Destiny, because I know you guys are probably just tired of the first-person shooters, but I apologize, it's who I am. You guys have a fantastic day. Love you, and I will talk to you soon. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, later. I wonder if I was loud enough this list. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Bye.